Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bushnell Prairie City High School one more time as we're back with junior high basketball, and it's like deja vu shrunk because last night was JV varsity boys, West Prairie and Bushnell Prairie City. This morning, it's junior high, Bushnell Prairie City boys and West Prairie. You're watching the pregame show brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. I'm happy to have alongside, it's been the first time in, I don't know how long it's been.
20 years?
20 years, maybe, that's right. The Phantom himself, Greg Phelps, he's the Phantom Sports Network, somebody I saw.
Yep, exactly.
Beamed it at West Prairie and coming over, checking out what we're doing, and I just threw a headset on you, and you're gonna help me with the game here. We're just about ready to start. Before we get too far, I want to throw up the starting lineups here for this contest. For BPCB, Brock Beekman, number 3, number 11, Lane Huffman, number 25, Carson Christensen, number 45, Tanner Pierce, and number 30, Connor Upton. For West Prairie, it'll be number 2, Cam Kramer, number 14, Brody Cordell, Blaine Eddington, number 15, James Reynolds, number 3, and Mike Kitch, number 40. We'll have the national anthem. Sorry about that. We're a little late today. I got a couple things late, and so I was trying to get started. But we've been watching the pregame show here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And Greg, I had started looking into doing this beforehand. You kind of just hopped into this the last second, didn't you?
Well, it's the old Al Pacino quote. I try to get out, but they drag me back in. This has been fun getting back into this. A 3-year hiatus. I've done spot things here and there, but it's been a lot of fun to get back into this. And actually, when I came up to look at the over your equipment and kind of see how you did things, I didn't realize West Prairie was up here this morning, and so it's kind of an added benefit. And for these West Prairie kids, this is great to be able to play. I mean, they had kind of a pause, kind of a hiatus to their season, and now getting to play it, and this is awesome. These kids put a lot of work in a hurry to be where they are.
Sam DeCounter sent me a message and said that the team's 0-0 and COVID's 1-0. So it's been a tough row for them so far. So we're underway here. Again, no jump balls, which kind of just still floors me every time I see that. I don't understand why we can't do a jump ball, but Huffman's going to come up with it for BPC, and we'll take it back the other way after the first possession by West Prairie. It's going to get dumped out to Huffman, to Upton, who's getting a start today. His three-pointer is up and in just like that.
The young fella stroking one early.
He did. He likes to shoot that shot. He didn't make one in the first game, but he got one here, so that's how the game starts for BPC. And right back the other way it goes. Beekman with a steal and a left-handed layup, and they lead 5-0.
And a foul on the play.
That was a late foul, wasn't it?
I think it was. They're going to rule that out their shot. Kind of a frustration foul.
Well, they're actually going to give him one free throw. So, who was it on? Did you catch to see who that was on?
I believe it was on Eddington.
Eddington, number 15?
Yep.
He was the one trailing, wasn't he? And Eddington's tying a shoe as we speak. So now it's going to be Beekman at the free throw line to complete the three-point play. He banks it home.
That is always open, by the way.
It is Saturday morning, so he's still good to go. 6-0 is the score. BPC with the lead over West Prairie. It's going to go right side to. I didn't have. Oh, they've switched number 3 and 20. I got to see
That
who
is
they
James
switched.
Reynolds there
Yeah,
in the
they
corner.
switched numbers on me. I got that note real late here, so I want to pull that up.
And 2-3 zone put on by BPC. They're doing a good job, although we had one guy squirt out of the bottom. The hardest thing for kids to learn at this stage is to stay home in their zone. Everybody wants to follow the ball. You still have that. And a steal by the Spartans.
I remember when I put there's Huffman with the layup. When I put the lineup in, I had one score sheet, and Sam brought me another one that told me they switched a little bit there. So Huffman gets his first 2 of the contest.
The old to-counter switch. I've seen it before.
Yeah, he switches a lot of things on us. He's a good dude, though. But we got to give him a hard time. Driving into the lane is Kramer. His shot's off no good as it was stripped away. Beekman has it now for BPC. Upton's going to try that same spot for a 3 again. And again, nothing but the bottom of the net. And Coach DeCounter is going to take a timeout here with, 4:08 to go in the first quarter. Spartans lead 9-0. Make that 11-0, I guess. I forgot about the 2 by Huffman. Helping to bring you this contest here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is the Bushnell Banking Center. Bushnell Banking Center, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services for all of your banking needs. Come visit the bank of friendly service or call them at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Bushnell Banking Center is an equal housing lender. So we are live on YouTube. Make sure you let us know if you're watching. Tell us where you're watching from or who you're watching with, whatever you prefer. Keep it clean, of course. First time out off the board for West Prairie. And they'll have the basketballs. Kramer will bring it up for the...
Whitman and Copeland in for West Prairie.
Kramer has it again. I don't know why I couldn't get the score sheet right. I was looking at the wrong one. I pulled up the big sheet that Sam brought me, and I was looking at 7th grade instead of 8th grade. It is still Kramer with the basketball. Eddington has it now. He's going to go into the lane, and a foul is going to be called on BPC. Huffman says it's on him. We'll see if that's who they actually called on. Nope, they're going to call it on 30, or on number 3. I believe on number 3, Beekman at the free throw line. Shooting 2 for the Cyclones is number 15, Blaine Eddington. Man, I thought that one was going in.
Couldn't get the gimme off the roll on that.
Christensen with the rebound for the Spartans. Going to go to Huffman, down on the baseline to Upton, out to Pierce. Pierce had a good game the other night. That one falls short. Going to get it back. He's going to go back up again. And it falls in. Counted and a foul for Pierce. And we had one in the 8th grade or 7th grade game the other night get stuck up there. I thought that one was going to do the same thing.
Well, and that's a great play by a young guy because kids, you see the fadeaways and all that in the NBA and college and that. It's hard to get them to learn to go up strong. That's the thing. Go up strong, and you're going to have good things happen. Missed the free throw, though. Kramer the rebound.
That's Whitman driving. Gets it out to Copeland, whose shot's off no good. Upton's going to track it down and saves it inbounds to Pierce. To Beekman, and go back the other way. So Huffman with it on the right side. He's picked up there by Kramer. Down to Pierce they go again. Pierce turn around, puts up the shot. It rolls off the other side, no good. Rebound down low. I can't see who that is. Christensen, I believe, had it. And it's going to be tipped by Huffman out of bounds. Good rebound by Christensen, but couldn't get it to go back with 2:50 to go. I guess they're not going to take the COVID timeout here.
Yeah, the high school's been taking the COVID timeout because we're well below that mark. They
actually took them the other night, so I don't know. Apparently they don't want to take them
maybe
today.
It's weekend rules.
I don't know. Under 3 minutes into the first time dead ball after 3 minutes, and there's Huffman with a steal for BPC. He's going to go back the other way. His layup is good. Makes it 15-0. BPC with the lead. 2:24 to go. Well, they did have a little bit of concern on referees as the shot for West Prairie is no good, and they thought they were going to have to play running quarters in the 7th grade game to get everybody out of here on time, but I guess they got it remedied, so they're okay now.
Well, I have concerns on the referees, but I know both of these guys, so, and they probably won't be surprised I said that.
The concerns, that should have been a travel and maybe a foul both there, but I don't know. There's Pierce again, going to put it up. Guarded by Kitch. The shot's off no good. Out to Kramer. Kramer's got a wide open Nelson down the floor, and his shot is up off no good. Huffman with the rebound.
Beauty of a fake there by Nelson. Just got to finish the food on the fork, so to speak.
Beekman into Pierce again. Right to Kitch they go. The shot's up. Count it, and a foul again for Pierce. And the foul's going to be on Kitch for, I believe that's going to be his second. Free throw line to complete, or attempt to complete another three-point play is, and are they going to take that timeout now?
The very late timeout.
It is a timeout. So with that, we'll take a break as well. 17-0, BPC leads West Prairie here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helped me reach peak performance.
In the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
Welcome back to BPC High School. Free throw line to complete the three-point play is going to be Pierce, but apparently he had his toes on the line when he shot.
Yep, that's one of those things you got to check when you step up to that free throw line. Rhythm's a lot of it, especially for kids of this age, but you got to check where you are on the floor.
Yeah, Kramer's got it now for West Prairie. Down in the corner it goes. Drive, is that Copeland over there driving?
Yep.
It was Copeland. Huffman with a rebound on the missed shot. Beekman to Huffman. Huffman looking down to Pierce. Man, they're just feeding Pierce down there, aren't they? Shot's off, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up. Gets his own rebound again, and that time he's going to be fouled.
And he's a wrecking crew down there. Good position, good spinning, and what Coach Sam DeCounter is telling his defense is they've got to play kind of three quarters around him and get the hand in front. Plus, you've got to, well, I won't say what I would have said to kids I coach, but you put a butt in them and block them out.
First free throw by Pierce is off, no good. I thought Kramer was going to get that foul. Actually, they gave it to Flora, but I thought Kramer got it for the whack that he kind of did from behind.
I think he got it fairly clean. I think they got the body underneath from Jair, and nice free throw.
Free throw was good the second time. Actually, that's the fourth free throw for him, and he finally made one.
And Whitman, one of the other young guys, trying the reverse.
That was a nice-looking little reverse. Copeland with the rebound, and he's going to be fouled on the putback.
Now, that's the same thing for Bushnell's coach, Harrison. Frustrating for a coach because you've got a whole crowd of kids in there, and you've got one of the smaller guys on the floor that picks up the rebound. You got to put your buns on somebody.
Copeland's first free throw is off, no good. Beekman will take it back the other way. 18-0 the score. BPC with the lead. Upton with it. Gives it back to Huffman. Down to 35 seconds left. Huffman's shot's off, no good. Baseball pass down the floor. Nice little pump fake by Nelson again, and then they're going to call a travel.
And that's one of those. He got the great fake on that, and then kind of stopped again. Kind of got to put those right up. I mean, he had a good shot.
I think he had a better look if he'd have just put it up real quick.
Might have.
Beekman with it for BPC. 17 seconds left. Pierce with it. He's going to drive. Running one-hander is off, no good. Huffman with the rebound. He's going to put it back up. He's blocked by Kramer.
Nice job coming over the back. No body. And got a travel on the outside there.
Upton's going to travel with it with 7.8 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Now, the one thing I noticed there, and of course, West Prairie playing more man-on-man, you had 3 guys there. The Bushel kid, you got to keep your head up. Look for your teammates there when you know the 3 around you.
And Copeland is going to finally get West Prairie on the scoreboard, essentially at the buzzer. It'll be 18-3 at the end of the first quarter of play. BPC with the lead. We'll be right back after this.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
So Coach Harrison is over talking to his team at the end of the first quarter of play. It's 18-3.
And you know what's funny? The way they've got him on the bench like that. And not that I ever had that in my school days, but it looks like the principal yelling at someone at assembly. The way they spread them out on the bench. Like, again, not that I ever had to have that happen to me in school, but
I call baloney.
Yeah, this is a family show. You can't say.
If it didn't happen at school, it happened when you got home.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that for sure, of course, but
it did.
I know a lot of your family, so. Huffman with the drive. It's off, no good. It'll go back the other way. It's Cordell with it. He's going to go across to Reynolds. Back to Cordell. It's going to be a long day if I can't keep that frog out of my throat. Nelson with it.
And I usually have cough drops with me.
Now Jason's got some mints, but I don't have them with me. He's out of bounds. Huffman's got the steal. He was out of bounds. He's going to be fouled. And he should have, that should have been a turnover back. Foul's going to be called on
Nelson and Eddington were right
14,
there.
14, I think is what they said. So
that would be
Cordell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shooting 2 is going to be Huffman. First one was good for Huffman. Wrong quarter, Dwayne. We are in the second quarter. Second one's off, no good, and that should have been a foul, but McKim's in and gets the rebound and the putback for BPC. (21-3) the score. Kitch with it, dumps it back out to Eddington. Eddington's going to drive. His shot's off, no good. Upton for another 3. That one's off, no good. Huffman with the rebound. He's going to put it back, and he's going to get hammered by Eddington that time.
Yep. And that's another one of those things, and that's one of the things that's the hardest to teach junior high and younger kids is everybody wants to go for the ball when the shot goes up. You got to find somebody, square them out, keep them out of there. And
First free throw's good.
And that's one of the most difficult lessons for them to learn because everybody comes out of that fourth and fifth grade, basketball. Everybody runs to the ball, and you got to find that person and check them out.
Yeah, the other thing is when they're trying to swipe at a ball to block, block a shot, too. You got to swipe where the ball is going to be, not where the ball's at when you start to swing. Second free throw is off. No good. Pierce with the rebound. Puts it on the floor.
I mean, Kitch got a piece of that one.
Yeah. There's a lot of contact. They could call fouls a lot more than they are. That's for darn sure here in this one. We are at the 4:34 mark. 22-3 is the score. BPC with the lead.
Nice look by Kitch.
Cordell from Kitch, but the shot's off, no good. And a jump ball is going to be called possession to West Prairie.
And Dwayne, I've been waiting to do this. You know, on the tie up there, you could say the Bushnell had the Reynolds wrap on that one.
Yes, they did. That was Reynolds and Christensen down there tied up. Now it goes through Reynolds' legs after Huffman might have got a hand on it, but so did Reynolds as it was going between his legs to turn over to BPC. Shot on the way is good for Beekman, a three. BPC leads 25-3. Cordell for three. It's off, no good. Huffman tracks it down. And I'm going to call a kick. It was really less of a kick than a knee, really, but Braxton Rhodes checking in for BPC now. Again, this is the 8th grade game, as is the case for BPC most of the year. They're going to try and play 8th grade first.
And COVID's making us do a lot of funny things. I mean, that's when, you know, Sam mentioned that COVID was 1-0, and COVID's been pretty much undefeated so far from pro all the way down to college, down to here. And they're doing some funny things here and there just to get running clock in JV games, different things. And it seems like each school's different. It kind of reminds you of the old playground rules.
They had actually talked about doing a running clock today for 7th grade because of officiating, but they've decided not to do that. Cordell's going to drive, gets it across to Reynolds. Reynolds throws it right to Beekman, and Beekman's going to go back the other way. Can he beat Kramer down the floor? How did that get up to the rim even? Kramer got a hand on it, but Beekman put enough spin on it. It hit the bottom of the backboard and rolled up onto the rim. I thought it was going to go in.
Nice entry. That's perfect.
Kramer for three. It's an air ball, but Reynolds is there for the rebound. His shot's off, no good. It's tipped out to Beekman by Christensen. It'll go back the other way for BPC. 3:10 to go here in the first half. McKim are going to put up the shot. It's good for McKim. His 4th point of the quarter. Makes it 27-3. Cordell, well, I'm not sure. He was looking for Clark, I think, but Clark was going to set a pick. Pierce goes the other way, and his layup is good. Timeout on the floor.
I believe we've got the ever-dreaded media timeout.
We'll be right back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
You know, you see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
Welcome back to BPC High School for junior high basketball here on TSSR Game Time Live. 29-3 is the score. Game brought to you by Hensley Grain. Hensley Grain in rural Bushnell has a long family history of taking an active role in the Bushnell Prairie City School District and especially Spartan athletics. Good luck, Spartans, in 2021, and enjoy your shortened athletic campaign. And we want to welcome Sam Hensley on to help us out with today's game. He's running one of the cameras, so we appreciate that greatly. And we will probably have him help a little bit more when baseball and softball season rolls around if he's willing and able, maybe even with a little high school volleyball. Football isn't keeping him too busy.
Whitman with the 3 there. A good rebound by McKim. And they're going to set it up again. This is where you got to pick up quick. You got to be a little careful to go too far, but you got to pick up, guard the shooters.
And do a good defensive job there, stealing the ball away. It was Whitman on the steal. Kramer is going to have it knocked away. Picked up by Huffman. Kramer looks like a pretty decent little ball player.
He is. Really good athlete. And that one, Huffman forced it a little bit. West Prairie going to try to take advantage here.
It's Nelson down there with him. Now he gets it to, is that Whitman over there? It is.
Yep. Kramer, or DeCounter in the ball game as well.
It's Nelson. Whitman's going to drive. His shot's off, no good. Rebound tipped around, finally picked up by Nelson. They're going to give it to Cordell. To Kramer, to Whitman. Whitman looks at the 3, guarded by Upton. That's going to go into DeCounter. DeCounter has it knocked away, picked up by Upton. Upton's going to get it to Huffman. Oh, that's a little shoulder by Huffman. He's going to get the basket to fall.
It depends on your interpretation of position. It could be both of them were kind of moving, kind of the incidental contact.
But he lowered the shoulder, whether it was,
right.
Whether they were moving or not. That's one of those things that you'll get a foul for that a lot of times just for the look of it. Kind of like that swipe I was talking about on Kramer. Even if you don't hit anything, a lot of times you'll get the call. DeCounter with it down low. Nelson's shot's off, no good. Kramer with the rebound, gets it out to Cordell. Cordell for 3, it's off, no good.
A backboard integrity check.
That it was. The bank was not open for him this morning. 31-3 is the score. We're down to 24 seconds here in the first half. McKim going to go to Upton. That's a 2. That is a 2. It was on the line. Upton gets his own rebound. Gives it to Christensen. Christensen tried to get it to McKim. Can't get there. It's 10 seconds left. Going back the other way for the Cyclones. Cordell, saves it back in. Huffman's going to take it back the other way. 1 second. I don't know if he got that off or not, but it's no good anyway.
It was pretty darn close.
It was pretty close. At the end of the first half of play, the Spartans lead the Cyclones 31-3, helping to bring you this contest here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Bushnell. For over 100 years, Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Bushnell has been serving the local community's needs for personal and business banking, as well as home and agricultural lending. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street or the drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M Bank is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender. And Webb Family Farm. Webb Family Farms has been growing corn, soybeans, and Spartans for the last 5 generations. Nathan, Lisa, Jamie, Cyrus, Terry, and Linda wish all BPC athletes good luck this season. So, Greg, I don't know, what time is it? You're going to have to get going in a few minutes?
Yep, a couple minutes. I have to run back to gather the eldest for practice. But, no, fun time. I'm glad I wasn't expecting this, but awful lot of fun. We are very blessed that we get to do this. You and I get to watch sports and talk about it here. We're blessed we get to be in the gym. This is fun watching kids get out and actually play the game.
And all this stuff, no matter how you're doing it or what we're doing, or being able to send this to families that don't get to come to the gym is what this is all about. It's a whole different era we live in now.
It is, and I don't know what your belief system is, all those of you out in the audience, but I always figure, higher being gives you a talent like you and I have. You have to use those, and that's what this has done. And I mean, for these kids, games like this is good. I mean, West Prairie has struggled a little bit in this first half. Some of that due to, you take away 2 or 3 weeks of practice time from kids. That's awfully darn difficult to get over. It's with kids, it's rhythm, it's working on the skills, and you can get rusty pretty quick. And I think you'll see a lot more out of this Cyclone group. And you can see there's a really strong young group coming up as well. You just got to keep everybody with it.
That's right. So we're going to take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. A few commercial breaks, and we'll be back with the start of the second half and maybe a little more commentary. I think Greg will be gone by then because he needs to get down the road. But Greg, thanks for coming.
Hey, no problem, man. This has been great fun.
We will be in touch, and with that, we'll take a step away. It's 31-3 at the half here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room, prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
You see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True Convection Cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True Convection Cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room, prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
Well, welcome back to BPC High School. We took a little extended break as had to work out a couple things here, and I apologize for that. We got 2:42 to go, and as I said, we have Sam Hensley on the camera, but we got him on the headset now. Sam, thanks for helping out today. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, you guys had a pretty good game last night.
Yeah, it wasn't the prettiest win, but I think it was an important win, get some momentum for our team and good Prairie Land Conference win. So, yep.
Well, you guys weren't real happy with the way the first two games turned out, but you played probably two of your toughest competitors of the season in your first two games. And Knoxville had already played 5 games when they played you guys the first game of the year, and you guys hadn't played anything. You played with them the first half, and you played with Farmington the first half, but the wheels kind of fell off. You guys are in a little bit better condition now, too, aren't you?
Yeah, with everything going on this year and certain teams having more experience than others, getting in the gym earlier, the first few games are going to be a little tough, but I think we've gotten a little more conditioned, had a few more practices, and we're kind of getting our legs under us before we get some more games going,
Well, I know that your mom and dad were the first ones to hop on board, really, with the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
Yep.
You apparently have some interest in broadcasting of some sort. Is that how I understood it, or do you just want to give it a whirl and have fun?
A couple years ago, I helped Travis Heil out on the radio during some of these high school games, and I kind of enjoyed that. So, some things come up this summer, and I have the opportunity to do it, Might as well get some different experiences and have some fun while I'm doing it.
Well, that's the whole key. It's all about having fun. We're just about ready to get underway here. I thank you for helping out today, and we'll get you back on the camera here.
Yep.
Sam Hensley, he's going to be maybe doing some more junior high games with us and maybe doing some color commentary and so on. So it'll be good to have the younger generation in helping us out. That's really what this whole deal is all about, is trying to get the high school kids involved too. We, of course, have had my nephew and niece, Hannah and Miles, on helping as well. And they have done a great job, have been a ton of help. Can't thank them enough for all they've done. If you know a kid that's in high school here at BPC that's interested in doing this as maybe for a living at some point or just for fun for now, have them get with us, because we would love to have some more help. So we are underway. Second half of the 8th grade game now. Beekman for a long 2. And the scoring starts off just like that for BPC. Beekman another basket. Brock's parents celebrated their 16th wedding anniversary yesterday, so happy anniversary to the Beekmans. One day late, of course, but Beekman now pulls up, gives it to Huffman, right wing. He goes down to Pierce. He goes right to the basket. A little fadeaway turnaround's off, no good. Cordell with the rebound. He gets it outletted to Eddington. Eddington goes down, and his layup's off, no good. Reynolds for the rebound. He's going to give it back to Eddington. He tried to get it to Kramer, but Huffman's there to steal it away. It's 33-3 the score. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Well, I'm going to call a foul on Kitch. Unofficially, that's his third. Team's first of the second half. Pierce to inbound. Gets it to Beekman. Beekman to Huffman. Huffman to Upton. Upton for 3. Top of the key. It's off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound tracked down by Christensen. Saved to Upton. Upton puts up the running one-hander. It's off. No good. Gets his own rebound. Gives it to Huffman. Huffman on the dribble. Pull up from about 8 feet on the baseline. It's off. No good. Rebound to finally Kramer. for West Prairie. Kramer with it to Eddington, who travels. I thought maybe he might have, but I couldn't for sure tell because I got my computer blocking me if he actually changed his pivot feet or not, but he apparently did according to the officials. So we are back to Bushnell basketball. Huffman on the drive, had it knocked away, got it back. Christensen with it, gives it to Upton. Upton on the drive, gives it out to Huffman. Back to Upton. Back to Huffman. A little two-man basketball, into Pierce it goes. Pierce goes up with the shot, it's good. Another basket for Tanner Pierce. Unofficially 9 points for him. 35-3. We're at the 3:40 mark of the third quarter. And Christensen just comes in and takes it away from Reynolds. He's going to get it to Beekman finally, and it'll go the other way for BPC. And it's dribbled off of a Cyclone foot, out of bounds, possession to BPC. Checking in for the Spartans will be McKim and Rhodes. Also in for BPC will be number 23, Parker Guppy, and number 10, or number 4, excuse me, the Adrian Ruffin. He didn't have enough practices our first contest, so he had to sit that game out, but he's in to play. He's a 7th grader, in to play a little 8th grade basketball here. Eddington's going to drive, fouled by Huffman. First foul of the game or the half for BPC, and the first foul of the game for Huffman. 3:20 to go here in the third quarter. First free throw by Eddington is no good. Shooting one more here. Tie a shoe and ready to go back. Second free throw is off the front of the rim, no good. Huffman with the rebound. He had it tipped away, but he tracked it down. Rhodes with it on the left wing, back to Huffman. To McKim. McKim's got 4 points in the game. Huffman back with it again. Ruffin with it now. He'll take the three. It's off the back of the rim, no good. Huffman is going to pick up Eddington. Kramer took a tumble. I believe Guppy's going to get called for the foul for BPC. It'll be his first. Team's second of the second half. Inbound to Kramer. Kramer shots up off, no good. Rebound picked up off the floor by Huffman. 2:42 to go in the third quarter. Ruffin with it again on the dribble. And it's going to be tied up. Possession to West Prairie. This is the long break for the COVID timeout, as I like to call it. We'll take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 35-3, Spartans with the lead.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital. More than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking. Brought to you by Whirlpool.
Welcome back to BPC High School. The COVID timeout is complete. 35-3 is the score. 2:33 to go. In the third quarter, it is after a jump ball, possession to the Cyclones. Inbounded, it comes to Copeland. Copeland gets it to Whitman. Whitman looks down to Kramer. Kramer down to Kitch. Kitch puts up the shot. Is off no good. Tipped out of bounds by Guppy for BPC. It'll be West Prairie basketball. 2:20 to go. Kramer with it on the baseline. Gives it to Kitch. Tipped away by McKim. Picked up by Huffman. Huffman's going to get ran over by two of his own players, but he gathers it back up nonetheless. Right side to Guppy. Guppy's going to put up the shot. It's off no good, and it's going to go off of West Prairie. Out of bounds possession of BPC. And a line change coming for the Spartans. Upton, Christensen, Palm, Lieb, and Beekman all in for BPC. Foul charge to Upton for BPC. Third Spartan foul of the half. Whitman's going to throw it out of bounds as Nelson zigged and Whitman threw the zag. So it'll be possession to BPC. .135 to go here in the first half. Beekman's left-handed layup's off, no good. Kramer gets the ball from Kitch and goes back the other direction now. Kramer right to the rack. His layup's off, no good. Rebound to Beekman. For BPC, he gets it out to Lieb, who tries to get the layup up. And they're going to call Whitman, I think, for travel, so it's going to be BPC basketball. I think Whitman tried to throw that to the referee, and it was either a really bad throw or he was mad and just heaving it away. I'm not really sure which, but I'm gonna go with it was a really bad throw. What do you think, Sam? Sam's gonna not say anything. He's just gonna be quiet and yeah, the ref was less than impressed. That is for sure. We'll just leave it at that, at any rate. Lieb with it for BPC. Beekman gets a pick from Palm. Nice pick. Beekman from about 18 feet. His jumper's off. No good. Rebound to Kramer. They go back the other way with 1 minute remaining. And a basket up and in for Copeland. He's got all 5 of the points for West Prairie. 35-5 is the score. Upton with it for the Spartans. 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Palm finds Upton. Upton goes to the rack. His shot's way off the mark, but a rebound to Christensen. Christensen gets it stolen away by Copeland, who gets it taken by Beekman, who gets it to Upton on a nice pass, but Upton can't finish. And Kitch again gets the rebound, gets it back out to Copeland again, and Copeland's going to push it back the other way. 17 seconds left, and Beekman's going to get the foul. That's the second on Beekman. Copeland's going to be shooting 2 free throws. This contest being brought to you on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH by Country Financial Agent Shelley Poston. See Shelley Poston at Country Financial to learn more about protecting the things in your life that matter most. And get started on a plan for a comfortable future. Contact Shelley Poston today at Country Financial, 309-772-3003. Both free throws were off no good, but Cordell got the rebound for West Prairie. Left side, it goes to Reynolds, back to Cordell. Cordell's going to drive, and that'll end the third quarter of play. With the score, BPC 35, West Prairie 5 here on TSSR Game Time Live. As Sam zooms in a little bit on West Prairie's bench, Jason will zoom in on the Bushnell bench. I want to bring you this contest here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is Bushnell's only furniture store, and it'll be celebrating its 60th anniversary in June. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers top-notch customer service, free delivery within 40 miles, and the best in-home appliance repair in the area. For everything you need for your new home or to replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 481 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web at www.mnbfurnitureiNc.com. You can call them at 309-772-2111. Also, McDonough District Hospital. McDonough District Hospital's athletic trainers and the MDH Rehabilitation Center, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provide expert help to Spartan student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than a hospital care, a hospital caring. So it is BPC basketball to start the fourth quarter of play. And it goes out of bounds to West Prairie. 35-5, the score. Double dribble charged to West Prairie's Cordell as he wanted to pass it and then realized the lane wasn't there after he started to pass it and had to put the ball down. Checking in for West Prairie is number 2, Cam Kramer. Huffman with it. You hear him calling 31 for the play. Into Pierce from Havens, who's in the ball game. Now a shot on the way by Ash. It's off no good. Rebounded by Cordell, and it's going to go back the other way as Ash beats him down the floor. He's running one-handers off no good. And Reynolds is finally going to come up with it for West Prairie. Long three on the way by Kramer, and it's good. That's the first person not called Copeland to score for West Prairie. It's 35-8. Huffman on the dribble now. Gets it into Pierce. Pierce out to Ash for three. It hits the front of the rim, no good. Pierce with the rebound again. This time he tried to get it out to McKim, but Cordell was there to knock it away. Nelson picked it up. Give it back to Cordell. Now on the baseline to Reynolds. Reynolds shots off no good. Kramer with the rebound, and his putback's off no good. Gets his own rebound again. Gets it out to Kitch. Kitch's shot is short. Rebound to Pierce. We'll call a foul on West Prairie, number 2, Cam Kramer. Unofficially his first, team's second of the second half. The Adrian Ruffin checking in for BPC. He'll replace McKim. There's a slight change in size and style of play, I would imagine. About a foot difference between those two young men. 3:40 to go here in the final quarter of play. BPC leads West Prairie in 8th grade competition, 35-8. That's a travel. Man, that was a big travel. Pierce with the shot on the feed from Ruffin. His shot's off no good. Outletted to Eddington. Eddington loses it but gets it to Cordell. And then Huffman's going to come in and pick up the foul. Unofficially his second. And I believe Cordell is going to be at the free throw line to shoot 2. Brody Cordell. Havens is going to go down. Hey, Jason, if you can zoom in on that 40 and 5 down in the right corner, show the people a little bit of size difference here in the rebounding position for these two as Cordell makes the first one. 35-9 now. Cordell is still at the free throw line for West Prairie. Rebound finally picked up by Cordell, fed to Kitch, and Kitch gets a bucket. So the Cyclones finally coming to life a little bit here in the fourth quarter. Ruffin feeds Pierce, out to Huffman. Huffman for three. Shots off, no good. Tipped around, picked up by Cordell. Huffman, travel for Cordell. Checking in for BPC is Lieb, Beekman, and Palm. Other than Beekman, everybody on the floor now is a 7th grader for BPC. .137 to go here in the ball game. Ruffin has it on the dribble. Beekman going to drive. Nope, we're going to dump it out to Palm. Palm now looks baseline, can't get there. Beekman has it. He's going to drive middle of the lane. Back out to Palm. Palm puts up the shot. It's off, no good. Rebound to Eddington. Eddington takes it back the other way for the Cyclones. His running one-hander is off, no good. Cordell with the rebound. He puts a shot up. It's off, no good. Eddington with the rebound, and he's going to be fouled, I believe, by Lieb. We'll wait for official word here. It is on Carson Lieb, his first. The free throw line shooting 2 for West Prairie is number 15, Blaine Eddington. First free throw is good. Second free throw is no good. Tipped out of bounds off of a Spartan. Possession to the Cyclones. The clock is running. 15 seconds to go in the ball game. Kramer's going to have it. A nice inbound. Can't finish, though. He's going to put it back up, and then Beekman's going to foul him, and that's how the game will end. Beekman will pick up another foul. Well, they called it on 2. So Palm's in the scorebook. Kramer's going to shoot 2 free throws. The first one is good. And as soon as he's done, the game will be over, essentially. Second one is off, no good. Kitch with the rebound, Kitch with the putback, and that's going to be the end of it. So the final score, 35-13. The Spartans beat West Prairie here at Bushnell Prairie City High School. Hope to bring you guys this contest on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking. Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking can take your product down the road, near or far, and also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck repair and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support BPC Athletics. Stop by and see Danny and Travis on Route 41, South Prairie City. Call them at 309-775-3333. So a little bit of wiping down's got to take place here. We'll take a break. Final score, 35-13. We'll be back right after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
You know, you see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
Welcome back to the Postgame Show, brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events, live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. So, unofficial scoring, I know I missed a couple baskets, and I apologize for that. But for West Prairie, Cam Kramer finished with 4 points. Brody Cordell had 1. Blaine Eddington had 1. Braden Copeland had 5. And Mikey Kitch had 2. For BPC, Beekman unofficially was 6. Huffman unofficially 4. Connor Upton had 2 threes to start the game. He had 6 points. Tanner Pierce had 9 points. And Ethan McKim finished with 4 points. Again, those are unofficial. I know a couple people are missing, and I apologize for that. We'll be back still yet today with the 7th grade game. As I said, we thought the 7th grade game was going to be a running clock because of official issues, but sounds like we got the officials figured out, so we'll have 4 full quarters of regular style basketball for the 7th grade team. You're listening once again to the Postgame Show here on 104.7 on the JoJo's Gaming Parlor Postgame Show. I'll get it out in a second. Until I did games on 104.7 FM way too long. It rattles off the tongue too easy. But the pregame show or postgame show here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. It offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. So with that being said, we're going to take a short break, stop this contest, and we'll be back with another in just a little bit. Again, the 7th grade game is up next. 7th grade game is up next. You've been watching BPC Junior High Basketball on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll be right back in just a little bit.